It's important to discuss why Protestants don't support the papacy or believe in the Pope. Now, in fairness, I have not been elected the spokesman for Protestantism, but I think it's important to draw this distinction and to explain this difference. So the Catholic Church makes the argument that the Pope is in apostolic succession from Peter, who was the first bishop of Rome, and as the bishop of Rome and as such is the head of the Church Universal because he succeeded from Peter. And part of the logic is based on Matthew chapter 16, where Jesus said to Peter, "Upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell will not prevail against it." And they said that was Jesus making a statement that he would build his church on Peter and on the ministry of Peter. Well, this does not agree with the Greek. It doesn't agree with the Greek grammar. But let's read it and then I'll explain. Matthew chapter 16, verse 15, Jesus said to them, "But who do you say that I am?" Simon Peter answered and said, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." Jesus answered and said to him, "Blessed are you, Simon, son of Jonah, for flesh and blood has not revealed this to you, but my Father who is in heaven. And I also say to you that you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades shall not prevail against it. And I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven." So the argument is made that Peter was the first bishop of the church, the foundation upon which the church would be built. But this doesn't agree with the Greek, because the Greek, Jesus uses the word petros, a rock or a stone, when describing Peter. When he talks about the rock that he's going to build his church on, he uses the word petros, which is a cliff, a large rock, a projecting rock, or a large stone, or even a foundation stone. It's the same word that he used in Matthew chapter 7 when he says if a person hears his teaching and obeys them, he's like a man that built his house on a petros, a rock, a boulder, a foundation stone. So what Jesus was saying was, "Thou art Peter, a stone, and upon this rock, this boulder, I'm going to build my church, and the gates of hell will not prevail against it." That boulder was the revelation that he is the Christ, the Son of the living God. The church is built on the revelation that Jesus is the Christ. He's the Messiah. He's the Word become flesh and dwelt among us. That's the foundation of the church, not Peter, who was a stone. And if you were speaking to a Spanish person and you said La Toro, they would correct you. They would say, "No, it's El Toro." That's how our proper grammar is in our language. So in the Greek, Jesus was saying upon this stone, or he called Peter a stone, back up, and upon this boulder, this rock, this foundation, I'm going to build my church, this revelation that I'm the Christ, the Son of the living God. So that's one reason.